Today we talk about how to find the common denominator. Okay. Let's have an example. Suppose I have Suppose I have 2 over 3 plus 3 over 5. So what is the common denominator? So I think this one is quite easy. The common denominator is 3 times 5, that is 15. So we do that. So, to make 3 into 15, you multiply 5. So you multiply the denominator by 5, you must multiply the numerator by 5. To make 5 into 15, then I multiply 5 by 3, and I multiply the numerator by 3. So, now my denominator here is 15, and my denominator here is also 15. So I have a common denominator. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 3 is 9. So my answer is my answer is 19 over 15. This can be written as a mixed number. So I can write 1 This is my final answer, 1 and 4 over 15. Okay. Let's have another example. What is the common denominator? Let's follow the first example. The common denominator is the multiplication, is the product of the two denominators. So the product is 3 times 5. So similarly, I can find the product 9 times 6. So let's do it that way. And I must multiply the numerator by 6. And here, the common denominator is a product, so the product, and then the numerator must be multiplied by 9 as well. So I have this. So my common denominator is 6 times 9. And so my answer is 3 over 54. But 3 over 54 can be reduced to lowest term. So my final answer, after I simplify this fraction, I got 1 over 18. So this is my final answer. So there is a question that, so my final denominator is 18. It doesn't look like 54, it is 18. So can we find the common denominator? Instead of 54, it's 18. Well, you can do this. My common denominator is not 6 times 9, it's 18. So I multiply 9 by 2. So multiply 8 by 2. I can change 6 to 18. It's just multiply by 3. And I multiply 5 by 3 as well. So I have the common denominator 18 now. And this is you see? My common denominator 54 is too big. It's too big. Actually, my common denominator is 18. So this is how you do this. Instead of the product of 6 and 9, I multiply 9 by 2 and multiply 6 by 3. I got 18 as my common denominator. But this is by inspection. By inspection, you can find that the common denominator is 18. Is there a way to do it systematically? And the answer is yes. And let me show you that. The two denominators are 9 and 6. So you write this, 9, 6. Look, 9 and 6 has a common factor 3. Let me divide the two denominators by the common factor 3. Then this is 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. And here is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Is there a common factor between 3 and 2? The answer is no. Now we stop at this step. What is the common denominator? The common denominator, we call it the lowest common multiplier, LCM. The LCM is this times this times this. And the answer is 18. So this is how you find the common denominator systematically, doing this way. Okay, let's learn this way. Let's learn this way. So let's have another example. Okay, using this way, I write the two denominators here. 10 and 12, they have a common factor 2. Two times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. Between 5 and 6, there is no factor. So what is the common denominator? 2 times 5 times 6. It's 60. The common denominator is 2 times 5 times 6 is 60. Notice that the common denominator is not 10 times 12. 10 times 12 is not the least common multiplier. It's not the least. It's too big. 10 times 12 is 120. But the least common multiplier is 60. Let's use 60 now. 10 times 6 is 60, so 9 times 6. Plus, how do you make 12 into 60? You multiply 5. So the 5, the numerator also multiply 5. So the 60 here, the common denominator is 60. $54, 25, that's 79. And you can write this as a mixed number. So this is my answer. So common denominator is 60. All right. How about I have 3 fractions to add? So let's have the next example. Okay, I have 3 fractions. What is the common denominator? Yeah, we already learned from this example that the common denominator is not necessarily the product of all the denominators. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it is not. So we better use this method. So I write 9, 12, 3. Let me erase this. Okay. Is there a common factor? Yes, 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. Is there a common factor among 3, 4, 1? No, there is not. Therefore, the LCM is 3 times 3 times 4. The LCM is 3 times 3 times 4. You don't need to times 1, right? Yeah, 3 times 3 times 4 is 36. So the common denominator is 36. Okay. So this is equal to what times 9 gives you 36? It's 4. So multiply the top by 4. How do you change 12 to 36? You multiply 3. So 7 multiply 3. How do you change 3 to 36? You multiply 12. So 1 times 12 is 12. Okay. Now, my denominator here is 36, 36, 36. 20, 21, 12. So what's this? 53. Then change it to mixed number. Okay, so yeah. So this is my final answer. Let's have more examples. Again, it's three fractions. Okay. Three over 4 plus 5 over 6 and plus 3 over 8. So 4, 6, 8. I don't need to remind you anymore. The common denominator is not the product of 4, 6, 8. It's not. What is the common factor here? 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8. Is there a common factor here? Not quite. But 2 and 4 has a common factor too. So this is what you need to pay attention to. I can divide by 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. How about the 3? You cannot find a number times 2, you get 3, right? You are not doing decimal, no decimals. So in this case, there is a rule that you just don't care about the 3. You repeat this number, 3. You repeat this number. Okay, this is how you do it. Then 1, 3, and 2. 1, 3, and 2, you do not have any common factor. Not even between two of them. 1 and 3 has no common factor. 3 and 2 has no common factor. 1 and 2 has no common factor. So you stop here. So what is the LCM? Is it 2 times 2 times 1 times 3 times 2? You don't need to worry about multiply 1. So it's 2 times 2 times 3 times 2. 2 times 2 times 3 times 2. I have 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So the common denominator is 24. Now, to make this 24, I need to multiply 6. So multiply 3 by 6. To make this to be 24, you multiply 4. 5 multiply 4. To make 8 to be 24, you multiply 3. So it's multiply the numerator by 3 as well. Now, 24, 24, 24. 18, 29. So what is this? So the unit digit is 7. It's 47, right? Let me double check. Don't make any mistakes. So it's mixed number. So this becomes 1 and 23 over 24. So this is my answer. So this is how you find the common denominator. Okay, let's have one more example. Okay, 9, 4, 6, 18. Okay. I don't have a common factor between among all these four numbers. I do not have a common factor among all these four numbers. But I do have a common factor among 9, 6, 18. The common factor is 3. So I divide by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 4 cannot be divided into 3. So I just repeat the 4 there. All right. Can I have a factor among 3, 4, 2, 6? I can have common factor between 3 and 6 or 4 and 6. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which two you choose. Doesn't matter. So let's do this now. Let's do, I have common factor between all three here. 4, 2, 6. So let's do that. 2. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 3 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. And 3, I just repeat the 3. Okay. Now here, between 3 and 3, I have the common factor 3. So I divide by 3. That's 1 here. That's 1 here. I just repeat the 2. Just repeat the 1. That's all I can do, right? Let's look at this. 3 is a factor for 9, 6, and 18. Yeah, you just repeat 4. 2 is a factor among 4 to 6. And you just repeat the 3. Now 3 is a factor between these two numbers, 3 and 3. So you just repeat 2 and 1. So what is, there is no more factor. So this is the end of this work, and the LCM is 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 2 is 4. 9 times 4, 36. So my common denominator is 36. So let's do that. Okay. To change 9 to 36, you multiply 4. To change 4 to 36, multiply 9. To change 6 to 36, you multiply 6. To change 18 to 36, you multiply 2. Now my common denominator is 36. 28 here, 27 here, 6 here, 10 here. You add these 4 numbers. Let's see now. Add these 4 numbers, so it's 1 here, 71. So this is your final answer, the mixed number. All right. So this is the way you find the common denominator. Let's have the next example, which is our last example. Okay, so do the way we have been doing. All four numbers are even numbers, so I divide by 2. Again, these four numbers are even numbers, so I divide by 2 again. Now, I have a common factor between 2 and 4. So it's 1 and 2. And I just repeat this 1 and I just repeat the 3. Now I have no more common factor. So the LCM is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 2. Two is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. So my common factor, my common denominator is 48. All right. How do I change 4 to 48? Times 12. So 1 times 12 is 12. How do I change 8 to 48? Times 6. 7 times 6. How do I change 12 to 48? Times 4. How do I change 16 to 48? Times 3. Okay. $12 plus 42 plus 20 plus 21. Let's see. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5. 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 95. 48. What's the number here? It's 47. Let's check, is that right? Yeah. So this is my final answer. So today we discussed how to find the common denominator. And the method of finding common denominator is this kind of work. This kind of work. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.